Alright, so Skinless here, Guild Leader for Eternal Alliance, looking at the Rise of the Empire TB Bracca Fleet CM. So this CM here, we found that Profundity seems to be the way to go. I believe there are potentially a few nego options. However, Home 1 just does not seem to cut it like it will in Phase 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over how the Profundity lineup is going to go ahead and work. Let me make sure I've got the right one in place. So with Profundity, specifically, you're going to want your Rebel Y-Wing, your Outrider, and your Millennium Falcon to get going. When you bring in units, you're going to be bringing in your Cassian, you're going to need to bring in your Ghost, and you're going to need to bring in Biggs. Phantom seems to be kind of the way to go. Not necessarily, but it seems to work pretty well if I do have to pull it. A few other options that you have, if you do choose to, I find that Bistons doesn't quite do it for this. I've done it with Wedge before instead of having Ghost, but this is going to be your base standard lineup. So, and my Phoenix really aren't that great. So you're specifically using them for their abilities as far as recalling in the additional reinforcement, as well as a lot of the exposes that are going to be occurring. So let's see. So we're going to go ahead here and we can target the Scythe. I'm going to go ahead and get everybody going here. I like to go ahead here and use the second special. We're going to start going ahead and getting things going. I'm going to go ahead and wiggle, and we're going to remove protection. Usually sometimes we'll remove protection, but not always, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and keep going in on Scythe. I find the Scythe is just the real problem when you're going through this mission. So let's go ahead and call in our Cassian. So we're going to do that specifically, so we can go ahead and call in our Outrider. Got a few good hits in there. Going to go ahead and basic there. And the issue is we went a little over almost, but once you get that fracture mark that you see on the enemy ship, that means that ship is going down. So you don't really have to go any further there. So as you can see, my Cassian's U-Wing, it did its job. It was there. It got the additional hits that it needed to, but it goes quick. So we can either continue on Darth Vader, or we can go ahead and go on Second Sister. We're so close on Darth Vader, I'm going to go ahead and continue here, calling Outrider once again. And we're going to go ahead and basic, get him into some troubling waters. Basic, almost there. So we're going to go ahead, now that we've gone ahead and unlocked our special, we're going to use data transmission, which is why we go ahead and keep calling calling him in there. So now that we've gotten the contract, we can go ahead and get rid of everybody here. So it's a very, 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 very easy mission. So not a whole lot you really have to worry about. As we saw there, we didn't have to do anything with Taxi. He went ahead and went straight down. I'll go ahead and I'll pull that debuff up for everyone to see here in just a moment on exactly what that debuff is doing. Really don't need to call anyone else in, but I'm going to go ahead and just to kind of clean up the field a little bit. So let's see. Go ahead and do that. He's gone ahead and gone dead. Let's see if I can get that debuff showing here. So basic. All right. And so I wasn't able to show that there, but there's basically a fracture that you can see that once it hits, even though the ship is going to go to full health and full protection, you do not need to attack it any further. At that point, that ship is going to go ahead and be destroyed on the next turn. So very, very, very easy mission. Just a matter of feeding all bonus turns to your outrider so you can go ahead and get his contract going, so that then you can get the Profundity's contract going and get rid of the next get rid of the ship. Once the capital ship is gone, you've won. You can pretty much put it on basic auto or just auto or whatever. But pretty easy run. So that's the basic mechanics there. You just want to go ahead and go after your taxi, go after, after you know how to do it with your scythe, then you can take out Second Sister. The reason why I don't go after the Imperial TIE Fighter is just specifically due to that it gives turn meter every time that it dodges an attack. It gets 15% turn meter to the capital ship, so I usually leave it for last. So I hope this video helps out and that you all enjoyed the video. So Skinless is out.